The City Public Works Department is responding to complaints from you, many of you who told us your street hadn't been plowed since Tuesday's storm. While most streets in the city have been addressed, the city concedes some side streets have not. Andy Sheehan spoke with some frustrated people and the city about what needs to be done. Andy.
Well, Ken, this is one of those streets in question. While the city says it has plowed most all of its 1,200 miles of streets, for some reason, side streets like this one were bypassed. 2 days after Mother Nature dumped 10 inches of snow on the city, most of the streets in Beachview are clear down to the pavement, with the exception of small side streets like Corralfie.
It's been frustrating. We've lived here since 1981, and they just forget about this street.
While the city says 97% of the streets were done in the first 24 hours, the remaining 3% have been passed over, to the frustration of residents and Public Works Director Mike Gable.
We're doing a good job. It's just those few handful of streets being left that we're not getting to and either plowing or treating.
Hard to reach streets like Norwich Avenue and Brookline weren't touched until today.
They came through the first time this morning at 8:30. There was like 11 inches of snow on the street, and it's always icy.
I mean, I want my street done as much as everybody else.
We were there for the second plowing. The plow operator says he understands the frustration, but the city just didn't have the resources to get there any sooner.
The main problem is we're trying to keep the main roads clear for emergency vehicles and such, but we couldn't get to these back roads until now.
Still, Gable concedes the city is missing some entirely.
We've just had these little issues in past events where some streets tend to get missed repeatedly, and it could be just simply that the operator is not following the route as it's written.
And Kathleen Grimm is at wit's end.
For this particular snowfall, I've emailed 4 times and I've called. Like, I don't know what else to do.
Now, just a little while ago, city road crews just came through and started to salt, and they have now plowed this street. And the residents are saying this is basically the first time that this has really happened in decades. Director Mike Gable says he has ordered mandatory overtime to make sure all of the streets of the city are cleared by tomorrow night. Reporting live in Beachview, Andy Sheehan, KDKA News.